Welcome to the latest episode of The Altar with Matt has a raspy voice for some reason. Ben is late and his Streamlabs fucked up again. Well, you know what?
I'm sorry, the tunnels were backed up.
Okay, so of course,
he was really busy deleting stuff off his computer, and he deleted the settings.
You guys don't delete System 32 every day. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly what I'm saying. So anyway, since I got the stream set up, I'll be back once you guys need to close it. So.
Yep.
I can't touch anything. So just go. And actually, before I do anything, since this is the first.
He's really busy deleting stuff off his computer, and he deleted the settings.
Oh yeah, I just played that through. I just want to make sure we could hear everyone, and it seemed like we could. Sound seems okay.
Perfect.
Let anyone else complain. I'll make sure to do the Tumblr reblog and stuff. So
I'm doing that right now. All right. Godspeed. Don't die.
Hey. Right, well, I got to talk to Matt for like 5 minutes, and then by the time you showed up, he's like, I gotta run.
Oh, yeah. Gotta go be a dad, you know.
The little crotch goblins.
Yeah.
For attention.
So, I guess we'll start with the tunnels because, I mean, what the heck else are we going to talk about that's that fucking remarkable and wild? And of course, it happens when we don't have an episode that week.
Well, okay, you know what's wild to me is that there were viral videos for months ahead of this like police bust of like people like walking around New York, and there's like a hole in the ground, like in the cement in the sidewalk.
It was like, check out this sidewalk, and this dude just presses the concrete and it falls, and there's like a whole room underneath.
Not gonna know if I'm annoying or not unless I'm vaping.
Exactly.
I can't hear anything you said.
Wow. Look at that big ass cloud.
Well, I'm surprised he drives the Buick or whatever piece of shit he's got, and not, like
Prius C,
15-year-old Prius C. Yeah. Anyways, there was the sidewalk videos. Like there were a couple of those, I feel, and then there were like these apartment videos where people were like mentioning like I hear Yiddish through my floor and I'm in a basement apartment.
I remember the tweets from the one guy who's like, I'm not crazy. All of you owe me an apology.
And then,
like, oh God.
Yeah, there's those tweets. And then there's I do like the videos. Occasionally it's fun to watch like people explore like abandoned stuff. And like somebody had like straight up like gotten into some of the side networks of these tunnels at some point, like through an abandoned building, and they're like, oh, it just keeps going and going, and there's access through the sewers, and like it's all abandoned, but it's like office space and like prepper like doomsday bunker stuff.
Wow.
But it's like right in that area. And then Libs of TikTok, have you seen her response to this?
No, I haven't.
So she is a Jewish person, and she is coping very hard about this, and said it's normally like right-wing people would look up to her, but she's saying like, oh, it's just a bunch of young Jewish men who didn't get permission to expand the temple and wanted more space to pray for COVID lockdowns. And it's like, yep, that's
Sure.
why they had high chairs and stained bed mattresses and stuff. And like now that's just like a complete cover up. Like we didn't see that during the police raid. Apparently that's not a thing.
My favorite video is the one where it's just like the dude in like the full Orthodox attire literally just crawls out of a sewer grate, and like somebody's yelling at him. He's just like, oh, he jukes and just like fucking runs. And it's just like, oh my God, what is this year's wild already? It's like, oh my God, what a year it's been. It's only January.
If you were to matter-of-factly report this without the video evidence, it would be the most wild anti-conspiracy theory. Like it would come straight out of the Detroit. What was the newspaper that Henry Ford had?
The with Jews you lose times. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, I gotta look at it now.
Oh my god.
Because he specifically bought a newspaper to like post or like write his opinion article about the elders of Zion and everything.
The
like
Dearborn Independent.
The Dearborn Independent. That's it. Yeah. And
oh jeez.
Anyways, if it would sound like something that was pulled out of the Dearborn Independent.
Yeah, for real. Secret Jewish tunnels under New York City.
So what it's the Chabad Orthodox
synagogue place.
Synagogue. Yeah. And I just don't know exactly what all of this means.
I don't either. The Orthodox is I don't fuck with that shit.
Okay. So I recently have had I think a couple neighbors move in like down the street from me, and they have posted on their door, like their storm glass door, like it's got a menorah and it says like they're the place for I shouldn't have said that place.
Oops. Max doxes Jews.
Well, myself. But so we gotta go back, roll back, and take care of that one. Anyways, this says town, and it's just like, well, I mean that's cool. Like I don't care that people are having private religious meetings at their place.
Yeah,
but then they also bought the house across the corner. Like they own both houses.
Well, there's probably a tunnel underneath the houses.
Okay. I wasn't going to say that. But
well, I said
it. They their cars are like hoarder cars. Like there's like completely full of crap. Mm-hmm. And then like it seems like I don't know if people are like targeting them, but they're like throwing like bricks into their shit occasionally. So like they're very like secretive and like never like okay, I like walked I was walking some dogs for people and walked past and they just like wouldn't even like look at me or anything like that. And then yeah, you just walked past one time and somebody put a brick through the rear window of their car, which is full of stuff and has a bunch of stickers on it. And like, I know, I almost get like, you'd think it'd be like hippie vibes, but then, they're like Hasidic Jews. I don't know if the women work. I think they're stay at home.
That's usually pretty common for them to not. Like they stay at home and they watch the kids and make the house. They usually don't work.
But they also don't have curtains. They're very secretive and private, but they don't have curtains. So you can see into their house all the time, but they're never there. So I didn't say anything about tunnels, but
there's probably there's probably not a tunnel connecting the two houses to a wider network of tunnels that run all over your city, which is totally not what you said it was.
So anyways, any more comments on, well, okay. We have Jews digging tunnels in New York.
Yep.
It's based for, it's allegedly for worship during COVID. So that's based.
That's based allegedly.
Allegedly.
And
then you ask the same people who, if you ask Ben Shapiro, they just wanted to worship during COVID. But the tunnels in Gaza.
Oh no! Wait,
no,
Hamas
that's
can't
nefarious.
Have the tunnels. No, that's nefarious. Louis.
There is no overlap of the Venn diagram of people who like the New York City tunnels and like the Gaza tunnels.
Well, last we heard that Israel was literally pumping seawater into them.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. I think.
Yeah.
I think the ground
Will not like that.
contains a lot of, or has a lot of porousness to contain water, and they dig drain tunnels. They've been fortifying this area for
A long
70 years, basically. Yeah, a long ass time. I mean, I know it's not the highest like IQ population there in Gaza because there's a lot of cousin marriage, but
I mean, you just got to be able to pull the trigger, bro. Like, you turn the stats up to the maximum dial so the bullets go harder, and you just spray and pray, and you get it done.
Well, the legitimately like the videos you catch of like GoPros of those dudes that are like attaching sticky bombs or like shooting RPGs, like is beyond the most like Call of Duty like made up stuff that you play Call of Duty and you're like, oh, attach a sticky bomb in the urban, but no, they're just doing it, man.
He's just like, wow, this is just like Call of Duty, Ghosts trademark 2000 something. Like, it's just yeah.
But no,
press F to free Palestine.
They have a little more sophistication.
A little bit.
Anyway,
speaking of Middle East conflict, we are once again bombing the Middle East. We are bombing Yemen.
You know, if they we bombed Yemen before, and for a long time, and we stopped bombing Yemen for it felt like about 2 months, and then they went back and had to do something.
Just always occasionally bombing Yemen, but it's an election year and Biden's got to not, I guess, try to look like a pussy. So we're going to bomb Yemen a little bit. And now the Houthis are like, all right, we're really going to give it to you. And they have like one aircraft. It's like a MiG-21 with like...
Well, the thing is they got drones and they have pretty decent missiles.
Okay, they do. Yeah, that's the other problem. Like they have pretty much effectively shut down the shipping lane that runs through the Suez Canal.
Yep.
So everything's going back around the Cape of Horn, which we haven't had that happen before.
Well, oh yeah, not since Evergreen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is like on a philosophical level, I don't think it's like the worst thing for the U.S. to like have the largest, or if the U.S. has a constitution and a navy and we use it to protect trade, and there's piracy / like attacks on international commerce and our navy intervenes, that would be a completely like, I'm like, oh, finally my tax dollars are doing something.
Yeah, that's at least useful. A little useful. Yeah. I mean,
but
of course
the problem is that like they couldn't even follow the basics thing of like Biden goes to Congress and says, hey, they're attacking our ships. And
we should
Congress
declare
says,
a limit to deal with this.
We're gonna do a authorization of military force or whatever stupid shit they want to call it.
Biden just presses the big red button on his desk and Lockheed Martin stock jumps 10 points and
it's like, what's the Adam Sandler movie Big Daddy?
Yeah.
Where they he like goes to their supermarket and throws soups of cans on the floor. Microsoft stock went up 10 cents or whatever. That's Biden with bombs. Just Raytheon, Lockheed,
Northrop Grumman.
So, I mean, it seems like there's very little chance that the U.S. won't at least secure the shipping lanes. But the Houthis aren't going anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah. You can't just bomb them away. It doesn't work that way.
Well, the Yemen's so weird when you look into the history because it's like a collapsed communist dictatorship that had a civil war that's just like not been a country for like 70 years. And it's like, why do we still call it Yemen? Yeah. Right? Like,
fair enough. I mean, you could say the same thing about Somalia. Somalia is pretty much the exact same way.
Yeah. But you know, it's just been so long since there's been one, you know, I forget what the eastern part of the country people are called, but you know, there's the whole Sunni Shia thing, and then Al Qaeda's there, and then you've got the Iran backed people and Saudis going for it.
Oh, that's
the
another
Saudis
thing
had
too.
to call quits because the Houthis make missiles good enough to like shut down Saudi oil production for a while.
Exactly, and the Saudis, they can't handle their oil getting touched. That's their soft spot.
Well,
Dude,
yeah, they
Pakistan
until they
and
finish
Iran.
building their very long city.
That's
glass.
right. Yeah, they're 300-mile long or whatever, like 1 mile long.
It's like a tunnel, but above ground.
Yeah, that's some Deus Ex shit, man. Like, hey, he's back.
He just walked in like he was about to say it's my turn to use the Xbox.
Whose turn? Xbox, what?
It's your turn to use the Xbox, I guess, right?
My turn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I got that. You know I keep that motherfucking thing on me, baby.
He was not caught lacking.
No, but I was gonna say, so like Iran and Pakistan now are also like trading blows. Like Iran fired on Pakistan, and then Pakistan launched airstrikes on Iran. That's neat.
Pakistan like actually has nukes too.
Yeah,
dude, they need, because here, tying into the 13 keys to the White House, they need like a foreign policy win, and apparently fucking trying to fuck shit up is a policy win.
Yep.
What is this? What is this comments going on here? I'm sorry, I was catching up on comments in the YouTube chat.
Oh, we were talking about the tunnels a little bit, and then we were talking about piracy and the Houthis.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Also, I'm sorry to say, I should have said she Houthi on my Caucus, not she Caucus on my Houthi.
You always change it, dude. No one's gonna know.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
Oh yeah.
Do not come.
Do not come. So
I stick my she Houthi, my Caucus. Yeah, that would have worked better.
That would have worked
I feel
better.
like Caucus and tunnel that could come together.
Maybe
it's all a workshopping event, you know.
Yeah.
So
what can you do?
Yeah, Pakistan and Iran have conducted strikes on each other's territory.
Gay.
The two countries share 900 kilometers, 560 miles for us eagle lovers. With Balochistan. Militants in the Baluch region along the border. But while two countries share a common separatist enemy, it is highly unusual for them to attack the militants while they're on each other's respective soil. So wait, they're blaming this all on like Baluchistani separatists?
Perfect.
I don't know what that means.
Balechistani.
Well, like Balochistan is like the way Alexander the Great came back from India along the coast. It's like super dry and arid. It's right next to the coast, but like it gets no rain because it's on like, it's like the Atacama or something like that.
Okay, I gotcha.
And it just it's weird that people even try to live there, but they do, I guess.
I live there.
Just to not be around other people.
What is quick question for people in the chat? How's the sound? Everyone's mic sound. We'll get back, and I'll just wait for that because you guys are like redlining on my end. I don't know if I need to adjust anything. It should be fine because I think my mic, since it's amazing, I could have mine at lower. But there was no complaints, so I think it's fine. Probably be fine. But anyways, so I wanted to back up to the tunnels of Israel. I think that's the PC way of putting it. The Israeli tunnels.
The TOI.
Yeah. That Tim Pool said. I don't know if you already read this, but like JC said, Tim Pool said
they're not Israeli. They're in New York City. They're not Israeli. I mean, I guess you could consider New York City as an Israeli enclave.
They got dual citizenship. Like,
they do.
Know it.
Oh,
and that
but yeah, Tim Pool said the tunnels were based, so they're based because Tim Pool is,
I think JC actually put it in the the homie chat, the hater chat.
I think he did. He did too. Yeah, but I don't.
Over Trump's fucking like who's God, Luke from We Are Change, I think it is, was talking about like how Trump should be accountable. Like, you know, he's running, like they need to talk about the vaccine stuff, and Tim Pool's like, oh my God, I'm like so done. Like I'm so like done talking about this. It's like, bro, you're and like he like flipped the fuck out. I'm like,
of course he did.
I'm like, dude, you're on a fucking, you have a podcast to talk about things, and then you refuse to talk about things. Like this is
and you
relevant.
just throw a fit.
This is relevant. And then Ben also in the hater chat was like, did that whatever meme like was it the Dave Chappelle meme? I forgot where he smacks the water off the table.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was like, yeah, but we've already up front, like it was like episode 3 where I did that intro to like it's like Seinfeld's show about nothing, but we still talk about shit. Granted,
exactly,
stupid shit a lot of the time, but whatever.
But that's okay. That's what the people want.
That's what the people desire. Yeah.
That's what they need.
Oh, quick thing. For your betting pool that may or may not exist for my wife getting pregnant, is the pool one on the month that she gets pregnant or when the baby's coming? Depending on that, I have news. And the news is she just started her period tonight. So if it's whoever has this month is fucked. For a second.
Well played, sir. Well played, sir. No, you're not getting any details about whether or not that any pool that may or may not exist, Senator.
I'm just saying.
I cannot recall any details. I was not involved in the planning of any details.
For the January people.
There is no bet placed for January. Somebody did or did not lose $12,000. It was not anybody in this chat, but it was somebody on the hater channel. No. Insider trading. No Pelosi bullshit.
But no, it's like so we spoke out about that, and I'm actually writing a gay English paper for my final class.
Oh.
One class left, and I'm writing a gay English paper about technology and society, and I'm writing about how social media how social media was significant during the COVID-19 pandemic. Those are the things I chose, but I'm gonna write it.
That sounds amazing.
It's already gay. I'm gonna make it gayer because I can. That's what I'm gonna do. But
as you should, inshallah.
But no, like so, like the Tim Pool shit was like, he's like, we talked about it a million times, but he was like, how he was responding to some of the stuff. I'm like, did you talk about it? Because some of the stuff, like you're either like you're like half remembering of what went down, like, because as far as I remember, Trump was pretty significant in like the whole vaccine shit. I mean, the warp speeders, I think what they were talking about, but there's like other shit, and I can't remember off the top of my head. I actually had the COVID timeline up, but I closed it by accident. But there's a bunch of shit like Trump was like recommending too. Like all that stuff, and then all the fucking debt that was accumulated because of the shit he signed in, dude. Like, granted, he could have fucking vetoed it, but they probably, the Senate and the House would have had enough votes to fucking override it. I'm sure, because they weren't even fucking recording the votes, dude.
Also, unfortunately, like voting against like free checks for the American populace, like if you veto that, that's like you're done.
He was done anyway.
Yeah, the fix was in. Yes, but still.
Honestly, like he probably could have fought the election rigging stuff a little harder, but was also like, I'm cool not being president for the next 4 years if inflation. I mean, maybe like somebody smart next to him was like, hey, like, you spent like $8 trillion. Like inflation's going to be like horrible for the next 4 years.
Just pop a squat.
Pop a squat. It's all good.
It's fucking mess. There was some guy, like some older guy that like on my brother-in-law's Facebook. My brother-in-law's like, oh yeah, gas prices are down. Like hashtag thanks Trump, right? And like clearly a shit post. I would think at least, and it is. And some older dude who's probably in like his 60s or 70s or something is like, he's like, you are so dumb. Like, it wasn't because of Trump, it was because of Biden that they've been, I don't know, drilling or whatever, like offshore, like here or something, whatever. I don't even remember the comment because it was gay and it was longer than a sentence, and I have like I lack reading comprehension, you know.
Long and gay.
Long and gay. So I'm like, so this dude like went off, and and I was like, bro, does he not realize that it's like election season and they're doing whatever to see who will take the bait and be like, oh yeah, there's great things they're doing. Yeah, they're just doing it because they need the votes. As soon as the fucking
Well, no,
election's
like, have you looked at the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, like the SPR? That's what. There's no new drilling. It's
I'm trying I can't remember specifically what he'd said, but I thought he'd mentioned drilling. I don't know. So no, tell me what it really is.
So yeah, so there's a Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is like there's these giant caverns in the ground, natural caverns, salt stuff, where we store oil, and it's there in case they made it in the Cold War, so we would have enough oil to fight a war for at least a couple months if we couldn't get any imports from wherever. But let's look at the SPR.
I pulled up the exact comment. He's like, "You are an idiot." To my brother-in-law. He's like, "Oil is $77 a barrel. U.S. oil has been building up supply for the past 3 months. They switched from summer blend to winter blend 5 months ago, which is bringing prices down." And then he talked about his stocks and shit. And
okay, cool.
Oh, so I did say that. I just said, like, it's election season, so that's why we can thank Trump. I completely forgot. I must have been drunk when I commented on that. So whatever.
Must have been.
Had to have been.
Here, I got a fun little graph for you here, which is the amount of oil in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And you'll notice around 2020.
You're making me do something.
That.
Hold on a second.
Wait, what?
I have to click watch stream to show it, right? But it's not loading.
Same.
Because your internet sucks. Did you just completely disconnect? Good for him.
Oh shit! Wow.
Did I kick him out? I don't even know what's happening anymore.
No, his internet must have just like pooped.
Bro, what's Biden doing to him? You know, we start talking.
Oh my god!
It's like we gotta shut it. We gotta shut it down.
You gotta shut it down.
My fucking
Max, is Biden coming for you?
I think so.
Guys, I can hear them in the walls.
Oh jeez.
That's the roaches, son.
No, okay. Did you see that graph for like 0.5 seconds?
No, it didn't show.
Wait, okay. Can I try sharing the screen again? I have no idea.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Skill issue.
Okay. Do you see it?
I'm about to click it, but I think
trying and no.
Yeah, it's not loading. It's saying. Oh, well, I got it now.
Oh, wait. Hang on.
I had it. Second.
Yeah, I see it.
So I see the graph. Can you click? Can you give it?
Oh, okay. That's bad.
That's not. It looks like
you can see that
a bad boob job.
We basically completely drained the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and that's why gas prices went down. Mostly, also because we're in a soft recession, which means people are doing less economic activity. So, anyways.
All right, so stop watching.
It's just a fun little graph. If somebody's like, Biden got our oil prices down.
Introducing new shit to me. I might fuck up the stream, but there's a red button. I was like, I think I did that one time. I think we did something and I fucking I completely X'd out. Like I killed the stream by accident, but whatever. We're good. We're still alive.
Boomer.
So that's what happens. I'm like, man, aren't you going to college for a computer science bachelor's in computer science? You can't figure out Discord?
Nope.
What are the polls? I like that polls kept just not surprising, but just consistently going after Trump. It's amazing. And also the approval and disapproval rates ratings for Biden and Trump. What's the
Jamie, pull that up.
I'm pulling it up right now. So Biden is at a 55.7% disapproval rate right now, and then they're not gonna easily give me the approval rate of Trump, which is kind of gay.
Not allowed. It's forbidden information.
Favorable. Do Americans have a favorable or unfavorable opinion? His unfavorable is 52%, favorable 42.8%. Which is granted, can we trust polls? Probably not, but it's fun to look at because it freaks people who care about polls out. So that's fun.
Well, so yeah, poll just released yesterday with 1,045 respondents from HarrisX, sponsored by the Messenger. I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, Trump's up 3% over Biden.
That's amazing.
RFK is coming in a decent little third place with 12% if the election were held today.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Kennedy
didn't he
might
drop
work.
out?
No, he left the Democratic primary and he became an independent.
Okay.
If here's an even more interesting stat for you. If you only poll between Biden and Trump gets 52%.
Oh yeah, I think I was looking at the other day. I was looking at like if the general election happened, like Trump's winning like almost all the time. Like yeah, so these like I'm at 5
until they start counting votes in the middle of the night again.
Yeah, that was totally normal, bro. Totally normal stuff.
Totally.
So
the other thing to look at is like swing states, and like Georgia. Trump lost Georgia last time, right? And now he's up 8% in Georgia as of right now. Let's do Pennsylvania. That's another big one. Oh, surprisingly, Biden is just a little bit up in Pennsylvania. What's another one? Carolina or
Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan. It's always a big number one. Huh. That's weird. So Biden's up between Biden and Trump. And then if they polled Newsom versus Trump and Trump wins by 5%.
Oof. No one's voting for Newsom.
Haley wins against Biden by 10 points.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah, right. That is interesting. Those are kind of 2 weeks old polls, though.
I have a lot of friends who think Vivek is going to be Trump's VP.
I kind of hope so.
That would be interesting.
Vivek, when he said he wants to make Millet look like a moderate, like, hey, he's saying the right things. I think Vivek as VP is like a proper impeachment insurance, right? That's all VPs are supposed to be. Like, I was talking about this and with my girlfriend was like, what is his name? Pence. Pence was not the right VP pick because he's not insurance against impeachment. He's impeachment bait because obviously, like, every Democrat would love to have Pence like this, milquetoast Republican Commerce Club guy that, will go to bat for every single war you ask him to as president over Trump. But like Vivek would be like genuinely, people are scared of him. Like if there's some clips of like MSNBC where they're like, oh, this is the new hate movement led by
a brown man.
Led by a brown man.
Could you imagine him getting control of the presidential alert system and just asking every woman in the country for Bob's and Vagine?
Send the Bob. No, fuck you. You are fucking.
You fucking son of bitch, bloody bastard. Fuck. You're the fucking.
And just he was the perfect person to be in the race to call out Nikki Nimrata Haley. So,
dude, she's like a younger. She's just a GOP Hillary, essentially.
oh, here's another one for you. Biden v. Trump in Arizona, 6%. Trump wins. Trump's up 6%, I should say. And when it's just Biden and Trump, it's 10% up. So Kennedy is in some states. Kennedy mostly pulls from Biden.
That's interesting.
Well,
that doesn't surprise me.
No. Sorry, it's Kennedy pulls 5% from Biden and 9% from Trump, but Trump still wins, which is wild.
What's up?
Wow.
So proud of my boy, my little Cheeto, as the liberals will call him.
Cheeto man.
So, comment in the chat. We need a proper wild card. Vivek, the best thing to a Mexican VP. Vivek campaign would just be asking for prepaid Apple Store gift cards.
What was?
Do not redeem, sir. Do not redeem.
Oh my god.
What was? Do you guys see the video where the guy is at the Walmart trying to cash a bunch of Visa prepaid gift cards, and the employee is like, "Listen, I had to get my manager over here for this. Like, I can't just like." He's like, "Why'd you ask me where I got these from?" And he's like, "It's just policy." He's like, "What policy?" And he's like, "It's in the policy code book, section 8." And it was a good one.
Nice.
No, he goes off. He's like, "I earned these gift cards." Like, what? Nobody earns gift cards.
I gave so many hand jobs to get these gift cards. I earned these.
All right, so I got one comment that I always sound super quiet, so I've boosted my audio. But I wanted to. Did you guys see that fucking video of that stepdad that shot the fucking son or whatever in like Tennessee?
I watched like the first 5 seconds of it, and like I just don't like the gratuitous violence that you can just unwittingly consume these days, and I just turned it off.
Just watching somebody get obliterated on Instagram.
It's curiosity, right? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I want to know the story, right? I like a good story. And
you're gonna solve this mystery. Yeah. You're gonna figure this out.
No, because like I didn't know, like, because it just started. Yo, bye, Max.
Oh, yo, what the hell, Max?
But like, no,
you get booted or something? What just happened?
I think your internet's poopy, man.
Yeah, dude.
My internet?
I won't play the video because
I have like a gig of internet.
If we're having technical, are you wireless right now?
No, I'm direct connection in.
Tell your girl to stop watching the stream. Yeah, making everything bad. What was the question she had again? I thought she had something in the beginning. I forgot.
I'll think about it for a second.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. No, so anyways, this video it starts with like this kid on the bed on the laptop, and the fucking like stepdad comes in the room. He's pointing a fucking gun at this kid. I'm like, what the fuck? What transpired prior to this? Right, like crazy shit. And then I'm like, the fucking guy, like the mom, like, just, get away, like, you're not fucking doing anything. You're not like you want to go to jail, whatever, and like gets the stepdad out of the room. The fucking dumb kid keeps instigating whatever.
He's also like pulls up her pants.
Yeah, like her pants fucking fall.
Oh, I didn't even know. I wasn't even paying attention to that because I don't do that. I don't look at meth head's ass, but everything else.
Sure,
it's fair game.
Sure.
So like, there's probably drugs involved or something. But I'm like, bro, if this dude has already walked out of your room, leave it alone. No, motherfucking kid gets up out of the bed and continues fucking like poking the goddamn bear, and eventually this motherfucker points it right at him from I don't know how many feet away, fucking fires, grazes the kid's ear, and you see blood on the floor. I'm like, you're lucky that was. I'm like, dude had been fucked up because he's either a really terrible shot, or he was fucked up on something. Because the dude ended up killing himself. Because the kid and the mom went outside, police were called, and there was like a 2-hour standoff or something. The dude ended up just like the older guy just killed himself, right?
Oops.
But then, buddy Brad replied because I reposted it on Tumblr, reblogged it. Sorry, wrong
Wait, did
terminology.
the kid get shot or the dad who?
The kid got shot by the stepdad.
Okay. Who killed themselves?
The stepdad killed himself. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Brad decided it's like stepdad who shot his true son is the context of the video. So apparently, the son was, I don't know, like gonna transition to a woman or something. I don't fucking know. And I was like, he was just trying to do what you're inevitably going to do. You know what I mean? Like
follow the leader.
Yeah, follow the leader. But speaking of trans people, this is where I'm gonna segue into a nice time I had while I was out in Illinois visiting friends and family. I went out to this fucking bar. Oh no, so I went out to this bar with my wife, my sister-in-law, and then her husband. And I went to go, like, they had $8 pitchers. I don't know if I talked about this last time I was on or if it was before. $8 pitchers of beer, like 8 Miller Lite. I'm like, fuck it. It's like 4 beers to a pitcher.
Never in Utah.
Why's that?
Happy hour is illegal.
Oh my god! And you live.
We're under occupation.
Jesus Christ! You just moved yourself behind enemy lines. That's fun.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Most people don't do that. So, I'm like, I'm gonna get a fucking pitcher of Miller Lite because it's $8 So it's $2 a beer essentially. So the waitress comes up. It's like, oh, you guys didn't drink? My wife's like, yeah, I'm gonna get the double rum and Coke. And then I don't know, her sister got water because she's gay. And then I was like, yeah, let me get a pitcher of Miller Lite. She's like, oh, how many glasses? I'm like, well, it's just for me. So she's like, no, we can't give you a pitcher unless it's like you have to like share it with somebody, at least one other person. I'm like, so you're telling me that I can sit here and have like 4 beers and that's not a problem, but you can't give me the pitcher of 4 beers. That's the problem. I'm like, okay, whatever. My brother-in-law was like, yeah, like I'll get a glass. He had half a glass of that. If I had the rest of it. So
excellent. Fast
forward, I'm going out with a buddy. He's like liberal, like left anarchist maybe. He won't admit it, but I know he's
gay.
Yeah, he's gay. No, not really gay, but in spirit. So we went out and we crushed like 3 pitchers at this place. But he's talking about, I was like
you crush 3 pitchers and then you give him $20. He's
yeah, exactly, man.
You might find out exactly where he
30.
swings.
Oh yeah,
technology's great.
Cock meat sandwich.
Yeah, so I mean, I got the Venmo transaction. If you guys want proof.
Yes, we do actually.
You actually like? I'll show you in a little bit.
No, it's fine.
Like, we don't want to know you're gay, man. It's fine.
Yeah, man.
So
plausible that I'm
talking because I found out recently because I haven't talked to him. Like we share memes and shit and like whatever, but I didn't I haven't hung out with him in years. I've been too busy having my wife produce kids. So finally got together. We were talking, and I found out like a month or so prior that like he was dating someone. He's like, oh yeah, but like we've been together for like 2 years. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'm like, I didn't even know that. I'm like, Jesus, how long have I been gone? So he's telling me the story. He's like, yeah, I've known this girl since like she was in college. He was like, I was at her wedding because she was married, divorced. He's like, but I found out like, they got divorced, and we've like, like we got reconnected and stuff, and we're back together. It's like, it's going great. He's like, I'm gonna propose. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I'm like, so what the fuck happened? What happened with her husband and stuff? He's like, oh, well, that's an interesting story. I'm like, okay, give it to me. He's like, well, he was always a narcissist and shit. Like, it was a dick. Like, he's like, I never really liked him, but like, it wasn't whatever. He's like, yeah, 2 years ago, he decided to transition.
Ah!
And I'm like, man, what the fuck? And so I'm sitting there, and since he's a left-leaning libertarian, or he's not really like on the he's authoritarian. Since he's gay, but he was talking about like he started after he informed me that this person transitioned. He started referring to him as she,
No.
And like we're literally like fucking like this small table, right? We're right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, so he transitioned, huh? That's interesting. Like I was not playing. I was like
Yeah.
playing the game, but he knows. He's like, he's not gonna make me say he's, like he doesn't care that much. He understands all my shit. So he's like, yeah. He's like, so she transitioned, and she's a huge piece of shit. And I'm like, in my head, like, why would you still like try to respect pronouns of this person? Like, I would be like, if I respected pronouns, I would not respect this person. But whatever. But he's like, but yeah, he's like, but my girlfriend, like, she was trying to keep the marriage together because her parents got divorced when she was young, and she was like, it was an awful experience. So she was trying with everything in her to make it work, right? I'm like, okay, that's
but
respectable.
They didn't have kids, did they?
They have 2 kids.
Ooh.
6 and 10. So there were 4 and 8, if I'm doing my math correctly. 4 and 8 at the time of the transition. And she was like, so he was like, so she was trying to make it work. She was like, I'm gonna accept the transition stuff, whatever. He's like, and then the problem came when he wanted to be in a polycule or whatever. It was the polymorpheus or whatever. Morpheus.
Oh jeez. Yeah, Morpheus in a death basket.
I don't want
polycule.
Polycule. Yeah. So that's what he wanted, and that was where she was like, I'm out. And it was not Mince.
Are we sure this wasn't Mince?
It's not Mince. Because Mince lives in Oklahoma.
Yes.
Maybe if he still lives, I don't know. I haven't.
Who knows?
I haven't had any information on that. So it was like that was it. Like that was it for them. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I was like, that dude is fucked up for real.
Yeah.
And then it gets worse. So this fucking guess what the troon does.
What?
Guess. Go get 3 fucking guesses. What they do now. They're
OnlyFans.
Pretty much, yeah. Apparently they make porn. It's like so I'm sitting there. I'm like, you said they decided to transition 2 years ago. I'm like, when did the COVID vaccine came up? Huh? When did it come? I'm like, I'm just saying.
Injected with gay.
Correlation doesn't equal causation, but
however,
hello. So yeah, so that was like all this fucked up shit. So he's like, yeah. So he's like, she has the kids like half time, and then like other half wherever, like it's split custody, and they have to live near each other. There's some God. Whatever.
If this dude has like 7 unrelated persons living in their orgy fest in their house, you cannot have those kids near that. Sorry.
The one thing I didn't ask, I was like, well, I made the joke. Asked him like, "Oh, it's gross. I'm like, what's his OnlyFans?"
That's disgusting. Where can I find it?
Oh my God, where?
So I should have asked. I'm like, do you know if he tops or not? Because if he tops, it's like, so you literally just transitioned to be like an ugly looking woman. Well, I mean that's regardless, right? Regardless, but like you're a man. I mean, you're regardless, man. But like, you're like, what's the point of transitioning if you're gonna be a top, dude? Like, I don't get it. But again, I'm not sure. Could you imagine? I'm gonna transition tomorrow. That's it. Look at this, and keep the beard. Hi, my name is Madison.
Put a lot of thought into this.
No, I did not put a lot of thought into any of that. Because
if you
JC's cringing. Oh, interesting. JC,
oh wow,
because I see
that's
the shit
interesting.
you be posting up in the hater chat.
Do you guys also partake or I have a guilty pleasure of watching Caleb Hammer Financial Audit, and especially whenever a transformer comes on, you're just listening to this person talk about how they nuke their entire life to like just mutilate themselves and then like get in horrible debt.
What is this? Financial
It's
audit?
a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's a YouTube channel. It's kind of like a podcast format, but like people come on, they bring all their financial statements. Usually they're in like bad debt. And like the host just talks them through like what their debt is and like income and how to get out of it, or how long, strategies for financial independence,
So like
stuff
Dave
like that.
Ramsey.
This is a little Dave Ramsey, but it's a little more millennial Zoomer oriented, and he doesn't have shit advice like don't even take a mortgage out on your house or stuff like that.
Bro, budget envelopes, man. Just put money in an envelope, and then he won't spend it. He won't spend it all.
Yeah, well, he talks about different stuff like that. But no, he my favorite like unintentional moments are when he'll have like a black person on and they're like crippling credit card debt. And he's like, you can't be doing this. And then like they go through the statements and he's like, come on, Chick-fil-A, 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 Popeyes.
Bro.
It's like he doesn't know exactly what he's like doing. But then same thing will happen like these like trans people come on and they'll be like, yeah, I was happily married and then I decided to transition and I got divorced and now I'm a PhD student and I spent $100,000 in debt and I'm dependent on thousands of dollars of hormone and chemicals for the rest of my life and all that shit. Yeah. And he's just like, so I guess we need to sell your car.
Yeah.
Like,
oof. Have you tried not being gay?
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Question one.
Who says I'm gay?
Like every trans person has to be like a communist for some reason, and it's like you are such a product.
White. Hello.
Yeah,
she's a communist. She's a communist in a different form.
But yeah, they are the most.
No one's gonna comment on that. I purposely said she, and you guys aren't even being haters about it. Come on, give me a little slack.
I'm not so caught up about the pronoun thing unless the person's like actually a piece of shit.
No,
like,
and
like if you're trans and like it's just so you can get into the women's locker room and you like still obviously have a beard and you just want to like take pictures. You have a parasexual fetish and stuff like that. Obviously like fuck those people, but I do believe that it's possible that like maybe 1 in 100,000 or 1 in a million people might genuinely feel like they're trapped in the wrong body.
Well, that's the classic thing is like, I remember the early days of my Tumblr experience is people talking about like, you don't need to have gender dysphoria to be trans. I'm like, fuck yeah, you do, because the whole thing is
that's the whole point.
The whole thing is you literally feel like you're in the wrong body, and like all these other fucking people like. They just do it. I mean, they do it for whatever reason. It's like, yeah, you know what? I don't like being this gender. I want to do whatever. I just want to try. Like, I'm really simplifying whatever's going on in their fucking messed up heads. There's definitely mental illness involved, but is it gender dysphoria? Is the question. People are like, yeah, you don't need it. You can just transition if you want to. I'm like, yeah, but if you're a dude and you cut your dick off and you decide that, hey, kind of want it back, it's game over, dude. You got your stump it curled up inside you.
There ain't no going back, Mr. Frodo.
Oh. The axe wound. Misgender your enemies at every opportunity.
Yeah.
That's who. I would dude, I do that like all the time. Like I'm just a massive hater all the time.
You have to.
I missed my well, I would have missed it if I was downstairs at the time, but my in-laws were arguing with my wife about something in Polish, but I was up taking care of the baby and shit, and I missed it. But they're like arguing about some stupid shit, because like I don't tell them. I will tell literally everybody else like my financials, right? Like, cause I don't care. Well, I'm not gonna put out here. I don't want to, be too jealous. I'm just kidding. It's nothing to be jealous about. I'm comfortable. Okay.
Word.
But I don't.
Vast majority of people are live in like paycheck to paycheck, even if they make decent money, like are in massive credit card debt, like overspend themselves left and right.
I finished my taxes already, and we made 20,000 less than we were supposed to because she took off 3 months for a baby, and we're still okay. So what is it? Just say we're still good. Oh, and I'm only working like 30 hours a week now too. Like I'm hourly. I'm only working 30 hours a week, and it's still like not a fucking problem. And I'm not living paycheck to paycheck. So it's like that's a little whatever. But I'll share like financials like anybody else, except my in-laws, because they're so like fucking about like because they have like a good amount of like they have to have it. I would imagine a mill easy because they're Polish. So they're just like penny saving. Like she was like my wife was talking about how like they were brought up like they wouldn't get shit when they were growing up. So, but they're always concerned about money and stuff. I'm like, they're like, we're fine, don't worry about it. And they're like, and every time they try to give me money, well, I have given up in the first few years of our relationship and in our marriage. I was like, you don't need to give me like, because they'll cut me a check for like $1,000 for diapers. Like spur of the moment, I'm like, dude, I don't fucking need this. I don't need the money. You can keep it. Like just like, you know what? Every time you want to give me money, just put off the side. Guys, put off the side, separate. Like put in a little money market, whatever, index stocks, whatever you're gonna do something over there, and then you can give it to me later. But so I just gave up. But they were yelling at my wife about like, well, how much money you guys got for like a down payment for a new house? Because we're gonna be selling this one and moving in the summer, I think is what we're planning on. And she's like, I don't know. And they're like, how the fuck do you not know? I'm like, because I'm the man, and a woman doesn't need to care about the finances. That's what if I was down there, I sort of said. Well, that's basically it, dude. Like when we got like in the beginning of the relationship, she was like, I want you to handle everything. I don't want to I don't want to worry about shit. Just tell me what I can buy and what I can't buy. I'm like, okay. Fast forward to now, I tell her, hey, don't get that. She's like, well, I really want it. I'm like, all right, fine. So that's how that works.
I'm about to say that's usually how that goes.
Yeah. In the beginning, I was so strong. So strong.
Then you broke.
Yeah, I broke. So I'm just so tired, Say after 4 kids. After 4 kids, bro. It's like, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Definitely one after the 5th.
Honestly, no joke. Thought I might almost gave her the 5th a couple weeks ago. Because we went out drinking. Because we had what was it? We had it was the other day that the kids none of the kids had school. She was off work, so we put them all in daycare. And I was like, I've got a $50 gift card for Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's go burn it. And I had like 2 beers. She had like a double fucking jacket.
Could you imagine your 5th child conceived by a $50 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card?
Yeah, that would be great. I've conceived children for less.
Oh man.
I was laughing. Dude, our first had to have been conceived on my sister-in-law's couch, which was hilarious to me because of the timing. I'm like, we only, called the stork once, and it was on the time we were on your sister's couch when they were at work.
Wow. Well done.
That's all. They went and sold that couch. I was like, they had sentimental value to me. You should let me know about it. And she's like, you're fucking disgusting. Fucking disgusting. I was like, if it is any consolation, I was only bare ass on it. Oh god.
All right. Well,
we're about at time.
Yeah, I think it's a good end.
With that.
Matt has issues, and we're gonna call it there in an hour.
Yeah.
So Ben, you know what? You can close it out, and then I'll
close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us and learning the secret of how Matt conceived his first child, because we all needed to know that.
Sleep
Stay
well
safe
tonight.
out there. Sleep well tonight in visiting Matt's bare ass. And as always, taxation is theft.